All shall tremble before the scourge of God, Attila the Bun. What am I doing? Hey folks, my name is Pravus. Welcome to more Age of Wonders 4, where we have a new expansion releasing as of today, and it is called Rise from Ruin. The most exciting feature for this new DLC is a brand new culture, the Nomads, that can pack up and move their cities and exhaust resources around the map, and that's what we'll be playing with today. Now, there are a number of other really cool factions, new tomes, new wildlife, everything you'd expect. Before we get started though, I do want to say a big thank you to our friends at Paradox for sponsoring today's video. It's always very much appreciated. If you guys want to learn more about the new Rise from Ruin expansion, you'll find a link in the description down below. Now, let's go ahead and start up a new game because I have an idea for a faction. You see, with this new expansion, we gain access to a new form, the Hare Folk. Yes, we have giant bunny peoples. And they're actually pretty good for a very specific playstyle. See, they have very quick reflexes and they're very mobile with the light-footed and the athletic trait. Could be great if you want to have a very flanking-focused build. And that actually works pretty well with the new culture in the game, the Nomads. Now, the Nomads are going to be exactly what you think. They are going to be a migrating people, and there is actually a really strong power in packing up your city and moving around. As a nomad, if you settle down next to a resource node, whether that be sheep or iron or gold, whatever it is, you will gradually over-harvest that node. Once it is exhausted, your city will gain an essence that will travel with it wherever it goes, granting you some bonuses. But once the nodes are depleted, there's no real reason to stay there anymore, so you're always packing up and just traveling around the world, gobbling everything up. To balance that out, the nomad cities are going to be much slower to grow their population. And on top of that, there are going to be two different kinds of nomads. We have the scavengers, who will actually loot corpses during battles and loot the ancient wonders in order to make themselves really powerful. Like, if you play this correctly, I think you can have an unbelievably strong economy. But of course, I'm far more interested in the conquerors. These guys are going to be very mean, but I think very fun. What we'll do is we'll settle down close to other players next to their borders and then start pillaging all of their provinces to steal all their stuff with aggressive expansion. So as we raid, we will literally start stealing the territory off of other players, getting production, draft, and gold. Not to mention, if they then go ahead and over-harvest all those nodes, we just carry that with us. So I think we're going to be playing very, very aggressively this game. And if we are going to be playing aggressive, well, then we probably want to go ahead and play with some of the other chaos traits. And I think we might play around with chosen destroyers. If we raise a city, we get permanent gold, mana, and knowledge for every 3 population raised. Of course, this means I only can ever have 1 city throughout the game. But if we're moving around, I actually think that kind of works. Raiders, slavers, those could all be fun, but let's just go crazy. Let's choose chosen destroyers. And then for our last trait here, I want to try something. I don't know if this is going to work, but I think it might. Talented collectors could be very interesting for us. Normally what you do is you find those rare magic materials like haste berries or something like that, right? And you're going to get some extra gold, mana, knowledge, food, production, and draft for everyone in your domain. But as the nomads, we're going to over-harvest and carry these with us. So while normally a city might only benefit from 1 or 2 magic materials if you're lucky, by the end of the game, I'm hoping to have a treasure trove of these things traveling around with me, meaning my city is going to be unbelievably powerful. Will it work? I have no idea. Now, we do have some new unique tomes, the first of which is going to be the Tome of the Warband. Build strong martial armies and mentor your units through the ranks. This is all about buffing up some of your smaller units, including a special Empire bonus where the weakest non-hero unit gets XP per turn. You can have a lieutenant who empowers other units. You get the idea. It's actually not half bad. I think works really well if you're going for a Horde build, which we might, but you know, let's just start with this for now. And of course, now the really fun part, creating our own character. The Nomads actually have some pretty awesome looking clothing. Like, I'm a fan of some of these outfits. I think they look great, even with the big stupid floppy bunny ears. But I'm looking for something really creepy. Oh yeah, I think this is gonna do the job. With the skull-like war paint and stuff on his face? Nice. And of course, this will be Scourge Lord Attila the Bun of the bunnic Horde. I'm sorry, how could I not? It just practically writes itself. And here we go. All right, Attila, it's time to strike fear into this new world. So, we do construct as normal, even with a nomadic city. There's a few things that I need. Raider tents aren't a bad idea to get some extra food going for the population, and of course a little bit of extra gold once I am sharing a border with another empire. Which ideally I'm going to be doing all the time, because, well, I plan on raiding everyone in sight. Trophy stores will also end up getting me some additional gold and food once I am bordering someone, so as soon as I find another player, I think we have to pack up and move. As for units, to start off, we have the Raider as one of our units. These guys are basically a normal charge unit. They can do some pretty respectable damage. The main reason we like them as the Conquerors is because they have something called Empowering Momentum. If they move for 3 hexes, they get momentum and do extra damage, which is pretty great. Plus, while we have momentum, we're going to set hexes on fire. That's pretty cool. Alternatively, we could hire up the Wind Warriors, a basic shield unit with a pretty cool little scythe-looking weapon. I like that. The only real benefit to these guys is they have something called Windborne Rescue, which lets them swap places with a friendly unit and then heal. So that actually is going to be pretty good for a little bit of early sustain. Otherwise, let's go ahead and find as many enemies as we can and start getting that experience. Early research, what do I want? Training regimens, get some drafts. Not bad if you have a lot of extra mana to work with. It's pretty good. Or Bred for War, an early minor race transformation. Extra hit points is not bad this early in the game with tier 1 units. That ends up being like, what, a 15-20% increase in health? Pretty good if you want to keep your units alive. Oop, and there's our first magic material. Okay, we are always going to start near 1, a silver tongue fruit. So if we can annex this, yeah, we get some pretty cool stuff, but once it's over-harvested, we should collect the essence, and I think that's when we're going to see the talented collectors come into play. I hope it works. Now, since we struggle so much to build up our population, I do think it's worth probably using some Imperium to get that extra pop early. And what I'll do is maybe place this, let's say we'll get a Forester here to boost up the Raider tent, but more importantly, we're going to start over-harvesting some of the sheep that are over here. So this gets me some early food, but eventually, in 10 turns, this will be exhausted. When it is, we gain the essence of food, which is just a permanent 10 food that travels with the city. So that's great. And we can also speed this up if I want to hasten the over-harvesting by spending Imperium. Not bad if I need to pack up in a jiffy. Hello, do we find ourselves another magic material, the Rainbow Clover? Well, don't mind if I do. 2 magic materials nearby. That's excellent. Oh, we found the Silent Tomb over here, one of the Silver Wonders. This is where playing as a scavenger can be pretty darn cool, because you actually can loot these and have them travel with your city, so you don't lose the effect of an ancient wonder. I can only imagine how strong scavenger nomads can be if played correctly. Wait, you've got to be kidding me. Is that another Rainbow Clover? I've got 3 magic materials next to me? Holy crud, what a spawn. And let's go ahead and start casting up that Bred for War. It's going to cost me some mana and stuff. Yeah, that's fine. But honestly, once I have some magic materials under my belt and I've just over-harvested a mana node or 2, I think we're going to be traveling with enough passive mana. We can handle a few spells. I might be able to get a lot of good enchantments this run, honestly. Hello, we've met a city-state. Question, do my whole raider things work when I'm actually attacking city-states too? That would be interesting. Because, I mean, if I can just raise down some of these city-states and raid all their stuff, they've also got magic materials. Oh, I want to kill them. I want to kill them so bad. Now, the city-state already wants to declare war on me. I'm actually going to say no. I mean, yeah, you'd think as Attila the Bun, I'd want to go ahead and go to war immediately, but no. I think it might be a little bit better to wait for a second so I can gather some power. Then we'll get up here and start raiding them. And then we'll see if they still want war. Probably, but I'll be in a better position for it. All right, let's go ahead and start getting our first of these magic materials. We can reach this haste berry already. So in 10 turns, it's going to be gone. Okay, so let's go ahead and cast this Bred for War transformation now, see what these guys look like. Hopefully it doesn't mess up their war paint too much. Okay, well, I mean, that's plenty creepy, yeah. As long as I'm still intimidating, I guess I'm okay with it. Ooh, something new over here, by the way. Fractured Infestations. Mana-starved creatures. Whenever hit by magic attacks, this special type of unit gets boosted in some way. Yeah, so you really don't want to be a magic-focused empire when clearing these things out, if possible. Also, that's a new enemy type of unit right there. Scorpion. That's a pretty cool-looking guy, too. We're going to be seeing a few more of those as time goes on, I think. Now, one problem I can already see that I'm going to have with the Nomads is figuring out how we're going to time these over-harvests. Because at some point, obviously, I want to pack up and move. And I'm already about to finish up with these sheep. So I could consider spending some of my Imperium to boost up the Rainbow Clover. I think what this does is just cut it down by half. So by spending Imperium here, now there's 3 turns remaining there. On the gold, 4 turns here. So in 4 turns, I'll have exhausted everything I'm currently working. And then I guess I don't feel so bad about packing up and moving. So yeah, timing this is going to be tough. We're going to need a lot of Imperium just to speed this process up. Oh, found another player. Okay, who do we have here? Singaith Sky Shatter, one of the storm giants. With a bunch of frogs, huh? You know, don't rabbits eat frogs on occasion? I think they probably do. Well, they're probably going to hate me forever. But that's fine. I am Attila. I care not. Okay, now see, our sheep over here just exploded right in front of me. These guys over here. This is now a ruined pasture. It is a ruined node. We go to our city, we can see here now we do have the essence of food. So we've got the benefit, but no one else does. Now, these ruined nodes can be restored, but it does cost a lot of mana. So, yeah, if you are looking to expand in an area where a nomad has already been, be prepared to carry a lot of mana with you. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very expensive to restore that land. Oh my gosh, we just got one heck of an event here, by the way. Rally round the flag. I can get 2 more population. For nomads, that seems potentially very, very strong. I mean, yeah, they consume more of your food, and yeah, it causes happiness issues, but like, holy crud, dude. I'll be able to expand super fast now. In fact, I'm going to be greedy and grab 2 more nodes over here and then start the over-harvesting processes to make this go by a little faster before I unpack. Yeah, it slows me down a little bit further, but hey, that's a lot of essences I can carry around with me. All right, that rainbow clover, by the way, just disappeared over here, so let's see. I do have the magic materials, so that is a thing. And then if I look over here, I think that's right. Global +5, that's on all resources, right? I think the Talented Collectors works. Oh my god. This could become really good if I'm aggressive about seizing a lot of these, plus raiding people and burning down their cities. This thing is going to be just a massive megalopolis of a nomad city everywhere I go. Holy crud, we've got to build here. Now, we can move on to our next tome. What would make sense here? Do I want to go for the Tome of the Hordes? Maybe, actually. I mean, this will work well with later tomes, especially the Tome of the Warband. I don't know. It could be pretty okay for us. Increase the number of units in formation. If we go for the Spawnkin, more damage, more evasion. Yeah? I think this is going to make sense. Let's do it. Okay, the last of these 2 nodes over here are about to finish over harvesting. Boom! Which takes care of that. Let's take a look at our essences. So we do now have 5. That is a positive 20 food, 10 production, and 20 gold forever wherever I go right now. That just seems so good. All right, we're going to go ahead and pack up the city. I don't know if this does anything as far as like what I'm actively constructing. I assume you can't construct things at the same time. Let's just test this with, I don't know, let's just say some archer battlements. If I start packing this up, what's going to happen? Well, it takes 1 turn to pack up, for one thing, and instantly all of our borders are about to disappear. Whoosh, and now we have our city. Okay, let's move. Oh, you took the magic material. That's not going to work out well for you. So the city is on the move. All right, kind of cool. Little land ships over here. And let's try settling down right here, right along the border with these guys. Okay, so there it is. Boom, our city is in position, which means now we can unpack with all of our pops. Oh, yes. What other nodes are there I might want to devour? Good question. Unknown. Anyway, it looks like the archer battlements did not complete over here. Okay, so I assume we got our money refunded. I didn't actually check, but that would make sense, I hope. Now, what I want to see is what's going to happen as we raid this territory, because it looks like we are about to finish there. Okay, done. So what just happened? I think what we need to do is now annex the province properly. If I were to spend Imperium to boost up... Oh, yes, I can just take it straight out. Look at that. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely go ahead and just take your clover. Boom, we just captured it, which I'm pretty sure just gave me a massive boost. Well, I say massive, a decent boost of some draft, some production, and some gold, finishing a few productions. Nice. Well, question is now, do I want to go ahead and start trying to siege these guys down, or would I rather just go ahead and raid everything else they've got for fun? I mean, that'd be a way of getting a pretty decent amount of extra money. As long as my armies stay close together, it should be fairly safe as well. Plus, we get a load of food by doing this. Like a lot, 100. Wow. Well, I'm going to go ahead and use some Imperium to get the Right of War, which immediately summons a whole new army under my command. Not a lot, 4 more units is free, but that's nice. Including a tier 4 knight. Ooh. But it's a mole on a little tiny pony. No one's going to take that seriously. Attila spits upon you. All right, let's go ahead and begin the siege then. Or wait, no, you're actually completely outside. Hold on. Let's just do we kill them? No. Let's wait a minute. They have no walls, I think, which means we actually can't just assault them immediately. But I want to finish the sieging and this raiding and stuff. I like getting all this stuff burned to the ground. It makes me feel really good. How can I call myself Attila the Bun if I don't literally raze everything to the ground? You know what I mean? Just for the roleplay, if nothing else, I have to do it. All right, now we can go kill him. Oh, even better. It's a portent of rousing. Now is the time to raise my army. I get 100% draft, and unit upkeep is reduced. This is amazing. Right, let's just go kill him. Let's just go kill him right now. I don't even need to manage the battle. Just do an auto combat. It's fine. Bye. Didn't lose a single unit. Boom. Oh my god. So what should I do with the city now? Obviously, raise it to the ground. That's gonna be worth, I'm sorry, how much? Did I say 700 food? That's gonna be nice. Hey, we can steal some more stuff. Let's go do it and just go ahead and start working on another one of these nodes. Oh yeah, we are gonna be one heck of an aggressive neighbor. I like this. And we're only, what, 25 turns into the game? And I've already raised a city and captured a whole mess of essences? Oh, and even better, let's make sure we pick up that skilled Raiders Empire skill. Pillaging now takes only 1 turn instead of 2. We get more rewards, and we heal as we do it. I am literally going to be a harassing machine. If this doesn't feel like a proper bunnic build, I don't know what would be. Now, one thing I didn't count on, I am unable, it looks like, to claim this silver tongue fruit over here, because it is on a city ruin, and even though I can't actually build any more cities, I can't place any pops here to grab this. That is unfortunate. Okay, all right. Bunch more nodes harvested, 2 more turns, and then we'll go ahead and pack up and move somewhere else. Maybe up toward this city over here and see if we can't raise them down as well. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next round of tomes, because we do have a new tier 2 tome that we can work with. It is called the Tome of the Sand Stalkers. And as you might guess, this has a lot to do with just surviving in a desert. This includes a special minor race transformation, which means we are able to walk and camouflage much faster in the sand terrain. Very good for defense and just rapid mobility. Also, we can just start transforming the world into a desert. We can get some scorpion venom, we can get a sandstorm that just blinds a whole bunch of units. Wait a minute, seriously? Yeah, just like blinds units for 3 turns in a 3-hex radius. That's amazing for shutting down the back line of enemy archers. And of course, you can always just summon some scan scorpions as well. And who wouldn't like that? We're gonna try it. It's new, it seems fun, I like it. Let's do it. Okay, finish off with these nodes. So before I pack up, what are we looking at now? We've got 10 essences here, so those are all permanent bonuses you'll see. And we've got 3 magic materials, which of course is not only getting me the 30 food and 30 stability, which is nice, but also a plus 15 to all resources on the city. Okay, let's go ahead and pack her on up. And where are we gonna move? Well, let's just go ahead and move up to the border with these guys. Let's just go ahead and scare the crap out of them. There we go. Don't mind me, guys. I just need to, snag a few nodes and stuff. Well, let's go ahead and declare war on our neighbor. We need a grievance? Are you kidding me? I'm Attila the Bun. I don't care. Rules of war, my butt. Let's get in there and raid. This will get me a huge amount of food and not to mention deny them key resources, and it only takes a single turn. Oh, gosh. I could also get war slaves. I forgot about this. Raising a city gets me population for every 3 population we raise. Yeah, that's good. Well, it looks to me like you've left no defenders over here. Wait, really? Okay. Yeah, just start the siege then. Let's go ahead and burn this to the ground. Oh, now they're bringing some troops back. Okay, I thought that was too good to be true. Anyway, I've raised your territory. This means I can take your stuff now, yes? Answer, yes, I most assuredly can. Oh, this is just ridiculous. 3 more nodes on the way in 10 turns. Those are more permanent buffs. I do think this might be a record for me as far as getting to being a pure evil character. Turn 40 and we're pure evil. Ay. I don't feel bad. In fact, I feel pretty good. All right, let's get in here and destroy this city. I don't even have to take control myself. It should be pretty easy. Lost a single raider. Not even a big deal, dude. All right, that city is going to get erased. Oh my gosh, look how much food and money we get. I don't think this player is much longer for this world, to be honest. This might be his last city. Nope, there's another one over here. But once we kill this player, well, he's already lost his throne city, so this is all going to go away. Oh my god, my population has grown by a lot. I'm up to 19 pops now from raising that city. Oh, it's so good to be bad. Like, legitimately, this almost doesn't even feel fair. Like, I've crushed this player and already burned down, like, 3 cities now. Anyway, bye, buddy. I'm just gonna extract your soul, I think. Give me your knowledge. No, never mind. Imperium's more important. It's more fun sucking away the cities, but I'll take the Imperium. It's fine. So at this point, all I'm doing now is waiting for a couple of these nodes to finish up, and then we'll pack up and move on to the next target. Rinse and repeat. Good God, this seems so strong. Okay, this area has been fully harvested. Let's pack on up. And where do we want to go next? Probably up in this direction. I see a lot of juicy nodes just waiting to be devoured. And what's crazy is I'm doing all of this with basically just tier 1 and tier 2 units. Like, these guys aren't even really supposed to be very strong, but I am having no problems burning these guys down. We really outscaled here. And now it's time for tome number 3. All right, so this is the last new tome that was added in with this expansion. The Tome of the Warlord. Conquer the world with powerful warriors and infernal allies. Sounds good to me. This allows us to, 1, get a Warlord, which is kind of like a special mini hero. It's a mythic unit that has special commands that surrounding units are going to gain either hit points or extra defense or extra attack. So if you surround this even with a bunch of little low-level units like I have, this guy ends up being a really, really good buffer. Not to mention we'll also get the glorious War Golem, which is a giant metal scorpion. We can get Infernal Might, which has doubled impact for tiers 1, 2, and 3 units, which is all that I really have right now. More retaliation attacks, a unique structure to give me extra draft and gold, and a siege project that means the more I surround a city, the faster I burn it down. Like, it's just really good stuff. Really good stuff in the Tome of the Warlord if you're going to be rocking a lot of tier 1, 2, and 3 units. Great with the hordes. Probably loses a bit of power in the late game when everyone has tier 5 and above units. But for us, this is pretty okay. Some really crazy potential with all that. By the way, let's go ahead and get that Dune Stalkers up and running on the rabbits. I'll be honest though, as cool as that seemed, I'm kind of wondering if maybe going for Dune Stalkers isn't worth it. Because by the time that I desertified even a little bit of this territory over here, I'm already packing up and moving on. So unless I'm planning on casting the desert spell all the time, which I guess I could do, I'm probably not going to get a lot of value, am I? Which is a real shame, because I thought the idea of having these uber-deadly Fremen warrior bunnies sounded like a really cool idea, but oh well. By the way, I'd like to point out that I'm at a casual 22 population, and I'm not even spending all of my pops right now, because as I pillage, I can just keep taking things from people, which is absolutely hilarious. I mean, we have so many nodes that are being processed right now. I've already got 22 of these things. Like, remember, the Nomads were supposed to take like twice as much food to grow pops. I'm just so successful at raiding that my one city is growing to ludicrous levels. This is so balanced and fun, right? Oh my god, I'm actually having a good time with it though. This is a fun play style. I can only imagine the frustration if I were playing in a multiplayer game against this. I'd be like, oh my god, stop it, leave me alone. And this like little city over here that this guy just conquered, I didn't get to it fast enough. It hasn't generated an army, so I'm just running around pillaging all its stuff, even though I'm technically not at war with them, and I'm getting all their things, including some magic materials like the Archon Blood. This is ridiculously good. Okay, now finally we're gonna start getting into some fights that actually matter, because the other players that have had a chance to catch up appear to have some pretty halfway decent units. How are we gonna handle this one? Well, our whole thing is that we're really good with flanking, right? Pretty sure that's the only thing that we are good at, so, I'm gonna have to use the terrain very carefully and then just try to swap around with my units and charge them from behind where possible. The Sandstorm alone, by the way, is actually really quite good. I mean, the ability to cast this for 3 turns, slowing enemies so I have a chance to outmaneuver them. I'm just kind of leading these guys on a wild goose chase while I kill their king over here. Plus, it can blind some of them. It's just really good. Like, this is a great ability. It's honestly so good that it's almost worth the tome just for that one spell. That might be a little bit excessive, but I don't think so. It's pretty good. Oh yeah, case in point. These guys are trying so hard to take me down, but they're all blind. And these guys are now fleeing. This should have been a very, very risky and even fight, and it was not. Why? Honestly, because sandstorms are great. That's really it. That's all I can say. It's not just my own personal maneuvering, though that certainly did help. It's the fact that I kept slowing and blinding half their army once they committed in one direction, cleaned up house, and then just kind of, you know, swung around and finished them off. And this actually works out perfectly because Attila is a fearmonger. He really, really likes it when people flee before him. He just totally gets off on that. So yeah, all of you guys just like, run away. Run away like the cowards that you are, and make sure everyone knows it was Attila who defeated you on this battlefield today. Only losing a couple of units and a hero I didn't actually really like anyway. So yeah, that was pretty good for a relatively even fight. Well, that's another player down for the count, and I can raise this city for, once again, a stupid amount of food and gold. And I think we've just finished most of the nodes in this area. 1 or 2 more turns and we can get out of here. Out of curiosity, at this point, how strong is my city? I mean, pretty good. We have 34 essences right now. We're stronger than any one city ever really could be. I mean, really, that's what it comes down to. So many global modifiers as well, too. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, and we can make ourselves even better here. I love chaos. It's so crazy. Reign of Destruction. One of the final Empire skills. Raising cities takes 2 turns less. Now it only takes 1 turn just to raise the dang cities. Not to mention, I'll just get free units whenever I do this, plus more money and so on. Oh, God. Yup. I'm starting to think that the bunnic Horde might be one of the better factions I've made in a while. Jeez Louise, this city is good. And it's kind of fun that, like, I'm literally just playing in 10-round increments, right? Like, at this point, I just move the city, unpack, grab a ton of land, over-harvest everything within 10 turns, and then just pack up and move and do the same thing. Like, I'm constantly scaling and getting stronger, and it doesn't even take that long. Should be about to finish off another player over here. For the heck of it, let's just go ahead and jump into manual combat. If you don't get to see some spectacle, what's the fun really, right? Besides, the queen of this faction and the capital is right here, so one fell swoop, they'll all be dead. So, what are you guys gonna do? Well, answer is a lot of you gonna catch on fire, thanks to some of my siege projects. Those are pretty good. And then you're just gonna hang behind the walls and just launch rocks at me, like a bunch of cowards. Really? You're gonna make the buns come to you? Alright, fine. Well, joke's on you. I've got Devastator balls, and I can blow up your walls. Hey, that rhymed. Well, you can throw your stupid rocks all you want. I've got sandstorms. Let's see what your dragon can do now. The answer appears to be not a whole lot. They're just tickling me at this point. I don't even know if they did much damage. Oh, their dragon has decided she wants to go mano-y-mano against Attila the Bun. Okay, yeah, I'll take that challenge. You think Attila fears a silly dragon? A giant lizard? No way. Especially since I don't exactly play fair. I'll send my units to break your retaliation, and then I'll just stun you in the back real quick. Oh, you resisted. Well, okay, that doesn't work then. Well, she's trying to run away. That doesn't bode well for you in your battle, does it? No, don't you run away from me, you stupid dragon. I'm gonna kill you and end your empire right here, right now. Oh, nope, she's dead. Darn it. Ah, all right. I was just trying to slow her down for a second. I wanted Attila to come flying after her on an eagle. Dun 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 dun. Ah, well, whatever. We win. And there we go. One more player down for the count. Didn't lose a single unit. Again, almost all of this is just simple tier 1 through 3 units. I mean, there are a couple of exceptions, but like, we're making really good value out of some really cheap stuff. So that leaves only one player left. One more dragon in the very corner of the map. That's fine. I need to deploy my city anyway. We'll just go ahead and make our way up there, turn this ice into a beautiful dry desert, and then we'll just burn down everything you know and love. Walls are closing in. And I mean that literally. The walls are about to collapse in on you. You better run. Gosh, I love being such a fast raider. Almost every single territory in this city has been completely razed to the ground. Like, if I was going for a Hun recreation, like, this is really the closest I think I could ever get. Oh good, I am now prime evil. I embody malignance. You don't say! Alright, let's bring all the forces in, but I think this is pretty much going to be it. You've got, like, no defenders. Where's your dragon? Did I kill your dragon already and not even notice? Oh, there's your dragon, way down over here. What are you doing? You're actually gonna make Attila chase you across the world? That's not very sportsmanlike. Aha, perfect. I have lured the dragon out of the city. All right, now we can just go ahead and win the game. So before we end things, though, I'm curious. Like, let's look at the city. Look at the stats on this sucker. Look at this thing. I've got 46 essences right now, 11 magic materials giving me massive benefits. I mean, we're getting like 55 of every resource on top of everything you see here. This is so stinking good. This is a really weird way of playing the game, but I dig it. Shame it has to come to an end so soon. Die, dragon, die! Boom. Barely lost anything. Wow. Wow, that was a game. That might actually be the most fun I've had of Age of Wonders for a while. The Nomads are really good. Yeah, I think Attila the Bun has earned the right to join my pantheon. Look at that terrifying freaking face. That's the jackalope of nightmares right there. Wow, dude. Wow, that is cool. Okay, and if you think that these conquerors were good, just wait until you see what the scavengers can do. They are absolutely nuts. What a fun DLC. I love this one a lot. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you found this as entertaining as I did. And if so, I'd ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And of course, a big thank you to Paradox for sponsoring today's video. If you guys want to learn more about the Rise from Ruin expansion, you can find a link in the description down below, and I would encourage you to click on that. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.